Most amazing highlight, like how life just sends you those amazing experiences. So I'm sharing a room with three older ladies, and once again told by the doctors and a parent in the hospital that I'm the youngest person by about 30 years, so that's okay. But these two ladies have had eye issues, one since she was 21 and one more recently in life. I'm thinking from her late 30s, 40s, so same as me. And they didn't give in. So as I'm lying there crying this afternoon, yesterday afternoon in pain, and these two ladies are talking, they both have a mechanical eye, like the bionic eye. They're part of the trial group. And I went and sat down with one of them after about 8 o'clock and heard her story. And sharing stories is amazing, and that is why I do this, you know. This lady started losing her vision at 21, and she's been through surgery after surgery, procedure after procedure. I'd say she's in her 60s now, and her words are, "Don't give up on life. Don't give up." When the doctor says there's nothing else he can be done, say, "No, I hear what you're saying, but I could, if I lived in a third world country, I could live blind, but I don't live in a third world country. So while there is all this technology, but what are my other options?" It was actually really inspiring. I told both of them that, you know, I had the transplant and it didn't give me sight, so we're trying this thing. And they're like, "That's great, well done, never give up," you know. And I told them how some friends and even my old Canberra doctor had said, "Well, it won't give you sight, but, you know, you'll get on with life. You know, don't worry about it. People adapt." And both of them were just like so strong and encouraging in their words of, "No, Nat, don't give up the fight. You don't need to be blind these days. You know, yes, there is a million support mechanisms like Vision Australia and different software and things around the house and things to help you work and transport and everything, but you don't need to, and don't give up." So I almost had the most humblest, happy tear moment talking to these amazing ladies. Like, I don't know, the universe definitely did the right thing by delaying my surgery by a week and putting me in a room next to these two. Can't wait to talk to them more. And one of the ladies is from Canberra, so I hope to get her email at least, and if not, catch up for coffee every morning, every now and then, just have an email chat. So yeah, other highlight from the lady, you know, my dad, mum and dad are my main two people that I talk to about my eye stuff. And when I call up Dad in tears, he's very compassionate, but reminds me there's worse people in the world. Things could be worse for me. At least I can do X, Y, Z. I'm overthinking it. Stop worrying. And the lady next to me, so we had the curtain closed, I couldn't see, and the nurse popped in to do her rounds, and the lady said, "I've snuck a look. I pulled off my patch. I've snuck a look. I can't see. I'm seeing brown." And she burst into tears. And that's me. That was me all the time with the cornea transplant. You guys have read blogs and seen videos of me crying and freaking out, going, "It hasn't worked. It's not working. Is it working? Am I getting some vision? What's happening?" Not knowing, you know. And the nurse was so kind and said, "Don't worry, love. You weren't meant to take the patch off. It needs to be on for 24 hours. But now that you've done it and you're upset, let me check." Just cleaned it for her and was so compassionate. And then, yeah, so for me, the takeaway was, you know, what I'm experiencing is the worst thing in my world. And it's not the worst thing for other people, and it's definitely not the worst thing in the world. But for me at that point in time, the thing that I'm hoping for is to be able to see. And every time there's a little hiccup, like with that lady and the blood across her eye, you know, it is heart-wrenching. And I spoke to her about it last night, and, you know, it's the exact same for her. So this bit's for my cousin Jessie Lee. What you're going through is so scary, and none of us can imagine how bad it is. And I know that all your Facebook friends and family and friends are there supporting you, but don't ever feel that what you're going through is not valid and that you don't deserve to feel upset and afraid, because it's that upset and afraidness that you're going to use and going to get supported by Chook and everybody else around you, including me, and that's going to make you stronger, and that's going to make you realize that you can get through the hard stuff, and then everything just seems to just feel so much more worth it. So keep going, and yeah, and I love you, young lady. That's pretty much all from me, I think. So let's see what the rest of the day brings, and bring on Barrel when I see my doctor, and hopefully he says I have a round shape. God, could you imagine? Proper sight from my eye. God, bring on 2017. Chat to you all soon. Bye.